Hello everyone, welcome again to our YouTube channel, IELTS by Neil. Today we are going to learn 5 magical words. It is the part 2 of the 5 words which we have already done. Let's learn 5 new words today and how to use them, how to pronounce them, and how we can make a better use in our IELTS exam. First one is absurd. Absurd. So this is the word here, and how we pronounce it, we break it into 2 words, ab and surd. Absurd. Okay, once again, absurd. Absurd. So what does it mean? Absurd means inappropriate or illogical, like which doesn't make sense, okay, or which is not correct. Okay, so for example, a person in the gym wears jeans while working out. It looks really absurd. So a person, who's wearing a gym in the jean, of course, he's gonna look inappropriate, or he's going to look illogical. So he was looking absolutely absurd, or he was looking really absurd. Okay, we can also use absurd for a person. If a person doing something which is not correct or which is not appropriate, we can say, oh, that person is absurd. Or we can take a name of a person, Alex is absurd. Okay, and we can also use absurd for the behavior. His behavior is absurd. So if you do not like anyone's behavior, if you do not like anyone as a person, you can say that person is absurd. His behavior is absurd. I really don't like it. Okay, so you can use this word in your IELTS speaking while telling about a person, or talking about some habits, or telling about something which is not appropriate. You can say, oh, that is absurd. I really don't like it. That thing is absurd, or that habit is absurd. That person is absurd. Okay, moving on to the next one, monotonous. Monotonous. Okay, how we pronounce it, I broke the word into 3 parts. Monotonous. Okay, monotonous. Once again, monotonous. So what does a monotonous means? Monotonous means the dull and repetitive. Also, we can say it's something which is boring. You know how we have our routine, like every day we get up, we go to work, come back home, and have food and just sleep again. So if we keep doing on and on and on, so it is a dull, it is a repetitive action, it is monotonous, means it is boring. Okay, that's why we have weekend, in the end of the week. All right, to example, we can say too much of anything will become monotonous someday. Means if we do too much of anything, for any action, for example, if we do playing too much, if we do studying too much, if we do dancing too much, if we do driving too much, one day it will become monotonous. It will be boring one day. It will be dull. It will be repetitive. Okay, next example, Alex have a monotonous life overseas. Means Alex's life is not exciting, is not great, is not good. It's monotonous, it's dull, it's boring, it's repetitive. Okay, so you can use this word in IELTS speaking. For example, if the examiner asks you explain your routine, so you can say, well, I do not have a monotonous routine, or I do not have a monotonous timetable, or I really don't like the monotonous timetable. Okay, so remember the word monotonous. Moving on to the next one. Our next word is stingy. Stingy. How we pronounce it? Stingy. G-Y-G. Stingy. Stingy. Okay. Stingy means someone who is not generous. Okay. For example, my boss is very stingy. Means my boss is not a generous person. He doesn't always gives everything. Okay, he's very stingy. He's too tight. There's another word for stingy, like he's too tight. You know how we say he's too tight on his budget, or he doesn't spend money. We can say, oh, that person is stingy on money, that person is tight, or that person is stingy on budget. Okay, I am very stingy when I go for shopping. See, I'm very stingy means I don't spend much money when I go for shopping. I'm very stingy. So next time, whenever you are telling anyone, or whenever you are talking about a person who do not like to spend a lot, or who's not a generous person, you can say, oh, that person is stingy, or I'm not stingy, that person is not stingy, or is stingy, whatever you want to say. Okay, so use this word stingy. Next word, scrumptious. Scrumptious, it's a long word, but it's a very good word. How we pronounce it? Scrumptious. So first is scrumptious. Scrumptious. Scrumptious means delicious, extremely tasty. Please note, it is the top degree of tasty. We can, if it's something is normal, just something is tasty, we cannot say scrumptious. If something is extremely tasty, then we can say scrumptious. Okay, something has to be on the top level, then only we use this word scrumptious. Okay, let's take an example. I made a scrumptious chocolate cake. Means the chocolate cake which I made was the top level in terms of taste, was very delicious, was very tasty, extremely tasty. Okay, so that's why I use scrumptious. Today the food was just scrumptious, means today's food was just extremely tasty, or really tasty, or was really delicious. Okay, having a diet or anything, or any words related to the food, you can just say scrumptious. Okay, don't forget to use the word scrumptious. Okay, moving on to the last word, that is trivial. Trivial. Have you pronounced it? Trivial. Trivial. Okay, trivial means not important, or something of not much value. Means something which doesn't hold any value, or which is not important. Okay, for example, I don't know why he gets upset about something so trivial. Means I don't know why he gets upset about something which is not so important. Okay, which is not of so much value. All right, next one, cheating in the exam is not a trivial thing to do. Cheating in an exam is not an easy thing to do, or it's not something that is not important. Okay, so trivial, if you're talking about anything which is not as much importance, you can say, oh, that is a trivial thing, that is a trivial reason. You are fighting for a trivial reason. Okay, you are arguing for a trivial reason. So you can use this word in your speaking IELTS, trivial. Okay, don't forget the word trivial, not important. Okay, if you like this word series, please do let us know in the comment section below. We would like to hear from you, and we would also like to make some idioms, adjectives series very soon. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for today. See you next time.